Hey there, team, and welcome to. Oh goodness. Oh, that's quite short. 25,000 frames for the Adûnaim Outpost. Interesting. Anyway, so, Womb Raider has sent this one in, or perhaps, probably, it was a while ago. Somebody could have given it to somebody, and then they said, I'm not too sure. Anyway, he's got Angmar today. Is this a? It's looking good versus evil, but what color is this? Erebor, maybe. We'll rattle through everybody left to right. So we've got Morris here. I'm feeling it. Maybe. Not sure. Anyway, happy for whoever did. Thank you very much. So we got the Nurad footmen out front, mixed in amongst the Nurad halberds. Yep, solid. Just, yeah, always unpleasant to see that coming at you as a siege defender. Nomadic marauders on the flank there. A nice Brotherhood core, Brother of the Sword, Brother of the Axe, and Brother of the Spear on the side, with the Storm Guard. And see, I always talk up the Storm Guard. I love them. They're really, really impressive for even for a bodyguard unit. Nice, nice. Varag warriors with that armor upgrade to give them that sort of, sort of either Chinese or Japanese, whatever you want to call it, sort of big pauldron sort of style. I really like it. Yeah, cool. Really changes the game with them a bit. They're still, they're not like, and he's got the Varag. Nice. I like to do that with my Varag boys too. Yeah, so I don't know, it's nice. Changes their style up dramatically, and it's not the biggest force in the world though, to be honest. I mean, it's 5v3, so you're not going to see like a colossal army from anybody. There's probably some hidden units though, so we'll see. But still, with those armor upgrades, a lot of Brotherhood units, he's not going to have a massive force, and a lot of Nurad too. So we got Warius next to him, the Warius, we should say, playing as Umbar again. So we got Adûnaim Shield Guard, Alcarandas Legion, Corsair Blackguard, Belagar Archers there, Axe Guard. Oh, the Alcarandas Faithful with the General in today. And Axe Guard again without an armor upgrade. Okay, interesting. And again, probably some Corsair units, Corsair crossbows. Yep, you're seeing Casimir's Rangers there. Maybe another hidden unit or two. Again, it just feels somewhat smaller. Then we've got Angmar today, who is, pretty big, I suppose. Angmar can be very elite if you want to make them that way. So we got Goblin Band. Nice. Okay, we don't see Goblin Band all that much. Snaga Archers there, Barrow Whites, of course, Trolls of Angmar and Trolls of Gundabad. Then Angmar Marauders there, lots and lots of Angmar Marauders with some Snaga Stalkers too. Guardians of Carndum, again, no armor upgrade for them, so yeah, he's gone more for numbers. Angmar Halberds and Pikemen in the back with some Blackwatch Legion. That's them with an armor upgrade. Pretty sure that's them with an armor upgrade. Cool. Which is nice. Of course, they're an amazing little pushing unit, one of the highest sort of mass. I think they are like the highest massed infantry unit that you'll come across. It's just they don't have the numbers that something like the Blackguard of Barad-dûr have. So yeah, giving them that extra armor just really means that they can shunt their way through stuff without taking anywhere as much damage. To his side there, he's got Stewie playing as Dunland, exceptional siege faction. In a field, Dunland can kind of struggle, but in a siege, they have a lot of very useful tools. Dunland and Clansmen out front to take a bit of a beating. Spearguard behind them. We've got the Warg Skirmishers there. Dunman Spear, lots of Dunman Spears behind, and Dunlanding Veterans. So yeah, we've got a lot of elite armies or higher quality armies on the attack, so I like that Stewie's just got heaps and heaps of numbers, which is something Dunland can do very, very well as their Wildmen focus. And there will be hiding units, Black Wolves, yeah, there will no doubt be lots of bandits there. No, the half-orc spear guards we saw as well. So lots of troops from Stewie to soak up some damage, and then another, possibly, a lot of troops hiding here. Got Lord Touch Me More on archers there, Orc Javies, Blackguard of Barad-dûr, again some more pushing, Sauron's Will, Orc Fodder, Halberds, Uruk Captains, and in the back there, some Olog High. So, all in all, yeah, just kind of surprising, like smaller armies than I would expect. We've got Padro. This is actually Isengard on the defense. Cool, yeah, so Uruk High Infantry out front, behind them Uruk High Pikes, not going to be easy to break through. The Nazhai, Guards of Orthanc, and Berserkers there. Keep the Berserkers safe from arrow fire and you're good to go. Champions of the White Hand, absolutely beautiful. Unless Dunland has any cavalry that I missed, they're going to be able to do some good damage. And especially inside the Adûnaim Outpost, you can get some amazing little charges going on. Bane Guard and Spear Guard. Crossbows, lots and lots of crossbows. Goodness me, 4 units of crossbows. Yeah, 4 units of crossbows, that's definitely red limit. And then Lurt's Hunting Pack for that you know, body-piercing archer fire. Another defender. Ah, there you go again. So you've got the veterans of Osgiliath here, armored up, and that's where we got our general. That's where I like to put my general in. As I say, I love archer generals. Got something hiding there, maybe rangers or something. Marksmen of Caradhras, Belgar Marines, or maybe either rangers or maybe the wardens of big Tower of the Moon. You know, whatever it's called. Shoot, Minas Ithil. Nimlothian Honor Guard. Wardens of the White Tower, Fountain Guard, Guards of Osgiliath, Citadel Guard, and some Gondorian spears, and Axemen Lasanic. All nice, beefy, and armor upgraded to boot. So beautiful. And to be honest, nice and simple. Probably find something better later, but I kind of like that. That was kind of, yeah, maybe. And lastly, Rhun. So we've got Modixa here. This was a color on the battle map that, you know, you're pretty obvious who it was. So we got the Eastron crossbows here, some Gap Rim, Scion Rim. Yeah, it's almost all evil factions today. The only good faction on the field is Gondor. Look, Scion Rim, Narem, crossbows and Gap Rim. I guess you could argue, you know, Dunlin's neutral, poor boys, just trying to do what's best for themselves. Can't blame them for that. Look, Scion Rim and Gap Rim. More crossbows. Freaking lots of armor upgrades, boys. Flag Rim, Eastern crossbows, and more dragon. Well, some Dragon's Wrath crossbows. But that's what we expect from a defender. Narem and Camels Chosen. The defenders today, we'll start that. The defenders today have a lot of range power. Which of course, that's what you want when you're defending. But is it too much? I'm kind of concerned. We'll see. Yeah, so anyway, we've got Angmar shifting around, spreading out. Barrowwhite's going to be pushing up. And for 25,000 frames, so usually there is a grace. Like, let's go 2 times speed and just sit on the hill here. Usually there's a grace on the Adûnaim Outpost. So that makes me even kind of more blown away that, like, we're getting this done in 25,000 frames. You know, I mean, the last free-for-all I did was 36,000 frames, so the fact that we're getting an actual 5 versus 3 siege done in under, well under 30,000 frames is wild. So maybe they're, you know, we're fronting up a bit, but usually the attackers move up to there, but there is still got to be a bit of a grace. It's always fun to do certain siege maps, like certain cityscapes, without doing a grace. You know, and it means you have to sort of play in a certain way, but I don't know. It's very exciting, but you've got to be playing with some pretty dang competent players, which, to be honest, everybody in this fight is. You know, everybody in this fight, I've seen them before, and I know that they're pretty good. And goodness me, we are getting close. We're getting very close to it. Maybe a little bit too close. I'd maybe be like, you know, if this is a grace, I would be wanting those guys to get back. Because I think they can get some jabs up on us, like right off the bat here. So I'd politely ask Stewie if he wants to give me just a little bit of breathing room, please. Before we start. Oh, what's this? Camel's Dragon Knight's popping up, which makes me think the grace is over. I like that. I like that. You know, that's something that's nice about this deployment zone. You know, you do have this little section here so you can hide some stuff in the trees. But Dragon Knight's trying to run over here. Surely been spotted. The thing with 5 attackers is somebody's seen that pop up. So somebody's going to say, as long as they're not being really cruel to their allies, somebody's going to mention it. Yeah, no, still grace. As I say, I'm surprised that they're letting Stewie do that. I would definitely be like, no, go, get to. But no, okay, cool. Because surely those jabs are going to go right into the Marksmen of Caradhras, and I would take that. Marksmen of Caradhras dropping some of them, yeah, less DPS is great, but mainly, I mean, they're swordmasters in melee. And they rely a lot on that armor, so I would definitely want to just get my jabs soaking right into their chest plates. No shields on them, so it's going to be all pure damage. Well, you've half their armor anyway. What's coming over here? Morris coming over the edge, and yeah. So it looks like, yeah, when you've got 3 defenders, this is not a bad idea. You just need to make sure you're watching out for each other and you're communicating. But it looks like Isengard's here, Gondor's in the middle, and Rhun is on the eastern flank. You know, which is, yeah, good home for them. Being the nice Easternlings. But I think, you know, we've seen this fall apart so many times. When you don't mix things up, when you're not paying attention to the other sections, it can, you've got to be very careful that something doesn't, you know, burst right through. But these are skilled players. They're going to be smart about it. So, right, we'll go to 1x speed because we have definitely started there. Yeah, nice little javelin fire from those warg skirms, immediately dealing a lot of damage. I wonder how accurate that fire was, but I think it was pretty good. Coming forward again, but surely... I'd run some Snagga skirms forward. Oh yeah, Grathel trackers, shoot them up. Yeah, totally. I like this, Stu. Very, very nice and aggressive. Just, you know, either stop them from using their ammunition, or... it's kind of nice. Can we maybe look at it from this angle? That's maybe a bit better. Yeah, people... I don't know. I might go for the first thing instead. So there you go, opening up into the Black Wolds. Beautiful, beautiful. For sure, like multiple hit points, but very, you know, very low armor and no shield, of course. So even though they do have that spacing, that sort of wild man spacing, the berserker spacing, whatever, I can't, horde spacing, I think, whatever it's sort of called. But they're still going to be shot to pieces. Crossbows here, engaging more on archers. Firepower coming in from the Narem. Into the Mordor archers, into the attacking orcs. Lord Touchme is coming in here by himself. Now, I always approve of this. Ooh. Yeah, okay, they went for him. They went directly for those orc fodder, and they butchered them. Holy smokes. A little bit of counter damage, but... Oh, wow, they got one! You got one, guys! Well done! Holy smokes! Nice. But yeah, anyway, sorry. I always approve of, like, bullying the guy that's by himself. Sounds so cruel to say that, but if you've got two attackers coming in one side, two attackers coming in from the other, and one guy coming in by himself, that's who I'm focusing my cavalry in on. Because if I can really wipe you out, or you know, hammer the heck out of you, then it means I can start sending my boys over to help over on the other area. I know that you're not going to be a threat to me, or I'm not thinking you're going to be as much of a threat. So that was nice. He traded, like, what, 60 orc fodder for one knight. Of course, this knight took a little bit, you know, other knights would have taken a bit of damage, but yeah, it is what it is. Now, these Alcarondas faithful, I'm sure they would love to run over there and deal with those knights, but he's got the bloomin' Champions of White Hand over here to sort out too, so, nah. This is, in a 5v3, I usually approve of having, you know, 2 units of melee cavalry, you know, so I'm kind of surprised that Stewie has not gone for something like the... I guess he's got the wargs skirms, but I mean, they can grab something. I'd maybe run them on over there to help out. Because I just think those knights are going to really be a pain. Yep, coming for another charge. Orc fodder were set up for it this time, though, so I'm sure they would have responded a little bit more damage. Again, taking a proper beating from the charge, though. So, yeah, I would probably run the skirms over there, but I'm quite surprised to not see the... Oh, what are those mounted crossbowmen? I always think they're a good idea when you're playing as playing in a siege attack or a siege defense, because I mean, they're crossbows and they're melee cavalry, and they're AP melee cavalry. They pull out like little hammers, I think. So it's quite messy. Very good for just cutting down knights, or like at least matching knights for a while, and then you can shoot them with your crossbows as they run away from you. So it's a win-win. So yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see those guys, but they are very expensive, and if Stewie is going for this like high numbers approach, which I'm not, I think I'm actually quite a big fan of as well, considering what his allies have gone for, I think it's probably a good idea that he has decided against that. Alcarondas faithful, yeah, okay, no, I was gonna say I'd love to see them a little bit closer, but with the amount of threat that there is to them, that range from Isengard and so on, no, just hold. But Champions of the White Hand. Oh no, Brother of the Spear. Don't want to go for that. Khan doesn't have too many spear units, but they do not want to go messing with the Brother of the Spear. What are we shooting at here? Can we get into the Alcarondas Legion? I mean, we'll see. Let me observe before I make my judgment. Yes, straight into the Alcarondas. Oh wow, quite a few of them are dropping from that. That's a shame. I mean, hell, somebody's got to take it, and if you can be spread out at a decent range and get your shield involved, Yeah, it hurts. You'd want a lower quality unit taking that damage, but somebody's got to take it. Maybe he's happy enough, because if he doesn't take it now, when he charges in, he's going to get absolutely riddled. But there's 4 of them. There's a lot of ammunition that's going to come his way. So right, what we got? 5 for 2. Okay, cool. Let's see, the early stages, you can't make any real judgment when the attackers go down. Oh, a few more wargs getting shot up. What are we going for here? Bang, bang, bang. Gwathel trackers? No, not Gwathel trackers. Black Wolves again? No, dear, these poor Black Wolves have really been getting riddled with arrows, but exactly what you want. Trollstraw axe throwers too. Oh dear. Narim there. Yeah, dang. The defenders have a lot of range power. You'd almost be tempted to kind of... I mean, the attackers have a fair bit of range power too, but considering what the defenders have, I would have been so tempted to say, boys, do we just go? Like, right off the bat? You know, do we just, like, unload just charge and flood them? And see, you know... Oh, maybe that's the call here. No, it's okay. Yeah, because I think... Wow, whoa, holy smokes, what happened? Brother, the spear! You guys ripped them apart. Holy smokes. I mean, they're kind of done, but, like, jeepers, it's not a bad trade for Morris. Very brave Brotherhood men there. Manage to match that. That's, yeah, fair play to them. They did good. Probably Marauders getting their javelins and helped them out too. But no, they killed them fast. Brotherhood Spear, they don't have AP, so up against a very, very high quality unit like that, they will struggle. Even with that spear bonus, they'll struggle to kill them quick. I'm trying to have a look. Trying to have a hunt for those knights. Of course, they're just going to be hiding in those trees whenever they get a chance. But no, they've been doing okay. Lurch Hunting Pack with their body piercing, firing through those trees. Yeah, they are unloading. Maybe hold fire for now. Don't think we're getting super cost-effective damage. I don't know about that charge, Padjo. I think that was maybe a little bit... I guess he's just kind of like... These guys are done. He just wants to like not have to worry about them again. Just try and get them used. But I'd maybe hold off, because I think in the very late stages... Oh, they're gone now. But I think in the late stages of the fight, they could be quite useful. Something like that. Oh, damn, do we have spears in front of this? We do have the half-orc spear guard, but... Holy smokes, ouch. I guess, I mean, Padjo doesn't want to use his ammunition. He won't use his armor-piercing ammunition against the Marauders, I understand, but this is why it's nice to have a unit of, like, you know, archers, but of course he's got so much money that there's no point in taking an archer, but it still means, I would have maybe tried to riddle those guys, but at the same time, would you have killed them all? Would you have just been stopped them using their ammunition? I don't know. Let's see, I'm a better attacker than I'm a defender. I always stress that. I always try to stress that. What we got going on in the center here? Missed it very badly. Let's zoom the map in a little bit. We don't need to see all of that. We do have a clash coming in now. Good to see the men of Dunland actually leading the charge. Armor upgraded, Dunlanding clansmen. Very sturdy boys. Almost as good as the armor of Gondor. And the trolls come in right after. Yeah, I like this. Good aggression to see. And the Angmar Marauders. I like them as a unit. You just don't see them pop up all that much, I find. So yeah, try and unload, just really batter through Gondor here. Those Gondorian spearmen are going to struggle to really do enough damage to get through those armored trolls. You know, I like this. I like this a lot. And Diego's going to have to be careful. Oh, he's going to have to be very careful. He doesn't want to send anything in to back that up, it looks like. It looks like that was really just the initial defense, and he's happy enough letting them in, where he can shoot them in the sides and kind of get a bit of a crescent defense instead of just a straight line defense. Lord Touch Me is coming in pretty hard as well, which I like. This is not going to be successful, but he knows that. His goal is not to kill the... Oh, how's that going? Okay, nice. Yeah, his goal is not to kill these runic defenders. His goal is not to break through them. His goal is to simply threaten them hard enough and fast enough that Medexa does not send anything over to help Gondor. You know, and Stewie's come over to give him a little bit of a hand, but it really is Lord Touch Me is sort of by himself here. Yeah, he is primarily just by himself, so he just needs to kind of make himself a bigger threat than he truly is. So that involves sometimes just going for a pretty wild attack. Oh goodness me, these poor Marauders are going to get ravaged by the Fountain Guard and Gondorian spears in front of them. The Fountain Guard, I adore them. I absolutely love them. I treat them like blooming bodyguard units, and they very rarely let me down when I do that. They're, yeah, absolute cream of the crop. Favorite thing about Gondor, for sure, for sure. I quite like Gondor, and I like Gondor in a siege. I like them in a field battle too, but I much prefer them in sieges. I like to think of them as sort of like human dwarves, but those Fountain Guard are perfection when it comes to sieges, both attacking and defending, as long as you can avoid AP range damage, even, or preferably all sort of range damage, but if you can avoid AP range damage, they will not fail you. They will just, you get them into a fair melee fight, beautiful. They will rip people apart. Nurad Footman here, grinding up against the sturdy Uruk-hai lines. Now, usually this would be quite a nice fight for the Nurad Footmen if they were going toe-to-toe with, say, the Uruk-hai infantry. There's a few Umbar forces mixed in amongst them too, but it's that pike line. And it's the fact that all they've really got are these... They don't even have their halberds there. No, all they've got are their little sort of axes and picks to get through. They're just not managed to reach them. You can see where they are making contact with the likes of these crossbowmen. They're doing not too bad at all, sort of butchering their way through. They may be... They don't think they're doing well, but they are cutting through. It's because they're losing so badly in other sections. I like to see these crossbows in the fight quite early. It means they have been using up their ammunition, most likely. Oh wow, yeah, good stuff. Morris is trying to push through, and yeah, we're sort of abusing. Oh goodness me, are these guys done too? Oh wow, okay, they unloaded damage really quite quickly. Yeah, let's go to 0.8 for a second. We need something on that side there, probably these guys, but we need something to block up that flank, because if one more unit comes on in, I don't think they're gonna need one more unit. I think these Variag warriors are through. Well done, boys. Yeah, we've got the spear. We need something there. He must be focusing on something else. He must be focusing on his ranger or something. Just make sure he's maximizing these crossbows, which he certainly... Ooh, boys, come on, stop it, boys, stop it. Don't be doing that. Don't be burrowing your bolts into the blooming ground there, please. Yeah, it got to hide in that little section. How are we doing through here with Gondor? Oh, wow, interesting. You don't often see that. But I don't think it's a bad idea, but like, it's interesting. Usually once the attack sort of gets underway, it doesn't stop. But I guess they want the Barrow-wights to make it into the fight. They want them to arrive. Yeah, we do have the dreaded Witchers there, so I will try and keep an eye on them. Oh wow, they're a bit bloodied. I don't know if they've actually been able to burn anybody. We will be able to find at the end their kills. But with Gondor's archers, they do, they're very skilled archers. They're not the best by any stretch, but they have, they can go toe-to-toe with most factions. And they can surpass most factions with their archers. So when something like the Witchers pops up, they have the Marksmen of Gerandros and the Veterans of Osgiliath, who are more than happy to blast them down. What's going on here? No. More than halberds turning to guard this flank. They're still a bit scared of any possible incursion from the knights. Halberds here, yeah, I would have definitely been shooting at them, and I think he did. That's why Lord Touchme is getting his halberds sort of tucked in amongst, tucked in right next to the cliff to avoid fire like that. Infantry rushing on forward. Still javelins coming in. Medix is shrugging off most of this damage, but it's, yeah. I mean, his focus is still on the attacking Mordor forces. Okay. What we got here? No. I'm trying to just now and again look at the not the Rangers, the Witchers. Yeah, good. I like that. Just mix it in the Witchers with another unit. Of course, like, if you properly look for them, you'll find them. But it's just at a glance, and you've got to keep in mind, generally you're playing this game on a lower quality than I'm showing the battles on. So it's a lot more difficult to really see things. I'm surprised that, like, we've got such an aggressive push on one area of the map and we don't have it on the others. Are there the shadow coming around? But I think this is going quite well for the attackers. I think Padro's giving it his best, for sure, and he's unloading a lot of damage. I mean, he's getting a lot of kills for it, but he's suffering as well. And he's losing ground. But up against in a 2v1 situation like this, he's always sort of going to. What they're kind of relying on is, like, can I do enough damage to these guys so that Rhun has got enough left to finish them off? That's for the most part. Like, sometimes you will see the defender win these little 2v1 confrontations, but it's without any sort of backup, usually a defender's going to lose. Unless they get very lucky or, you know, pull some Omen Supreme tricks to earn their victories. Yeah, Variag Bows trying to find a good place to just let loose their arrows. Of course, their blackguards there, still yeeting those jabs. That's quite a nice... Okay, no. It's not as long a range as I was thinking with their javelins. Okay, we've got another clash going on here. Gondorian set up. Oh! Yep. Stewie trying to barrel through. The kind of quirky thing with this, of course, Barrow-wights have such a low mass. I really like this about Barrow-wights. So they can be thrown, like you saw there. I pointed at my screen with my finger, so I'll use the cursor instead. Over here, this guy. He was just yeeted because of Gondorian, and he got squished between a Gondorian and a blooming Wildman. And they get yeeted, and sometimes they get yeeted really far behind enemy lines like this, or in amongst enemy lines. So it can lead to some really cool things. Dunman Spears still barreling through. I'm surprised their morale is kind of holding them out for this. Being countered by the Axeman Lasanic, I'm sure that the Axemen would have preferred to go after some of the Barrow-wights, but something had to stop this. So yeah, they'll do all right. Right now it says defeat is certain, but that should change. Should change quickly. But that's everybody engaging. Do we still have the... Oh. Okay, no, they moved. They moved their... No? Oh, right. Shoot, where have they gone? Or has he made these guys tightly packed to hide the Witchers? Yeah, he's made them tightly packed to hide the Witchers. He's got his general in amongst the Witchers, which is going to help me in time when there's fewer units. I can follow the little green star, but for now, there's still a bit too much around him. And the enemy will be able to do that too. He'll be a little red star for them during the fight. So it's one of the issues with putting your general in with the Witchers. I don't like to do it because generally he's very, very exposed and he can just get blasted. But... he gets more hit points, you know, because he'll get the same amount of hit points as a Witcher. Well, plus sometimes more than that. And he'll gain sort of the Witcher's actual combat stats. He won't be able to throw a fireball by any stretch, but yeah. And also, it's a cool narrative set. I do like the idea of this sort of really nasty Angmar general sort of lurking amongst all of his Witchers. Got the Olokai engaging now. Olokai, of course, beautiful shock troopers, but... wouldn't be apart from the Trolls of the White Hand, you know, the heaviest armored troll, but Rhun has no, you know, they've got armor piercing in great excess. It's not something that they lack, so these Gamp Rims should be able to make some pretty quick work off the Olokai. They'll suffer for it, but among the disciplined Scion Rim as well, they should do okay. But this is just what this attack's about. It's not about killing them. It's not about getting through. It's about saying, hey, Medexa, look at me. Ah, I'm scary. Don't turn around. Oh, no. Yeah, don't turn around just like you're doing now. Oh, dear. So Medexa is starting to realize, yeah, Mordor is... He's got some stuff running away. He doesn't really have the ability to barrel through what I've got here. So he can start feeding units away to back up Gondor. Yeah, which Gondor could probably use a bit of firepower. Definitely use those crossbows, sort of getting them... Oh god, I mean, if you get the crossbows there, bang, 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 right side as well, no shields in play. Saying that, got some routing going on. Got a nice route. Oh, and Barrow-wights absolutely love to use the Fountain Guard against Barrow-wights. It's so fun when you've got an Angmar on defense, and he's got like when you're on Björn or something, and he's got his Barrow-wights just plugging up those tight choke points, and you just send your Fountain Guard forward, and the Fountain Guard just absolutely meticulously, just disciplined fashion, just stab kill, just wiping them out. And it's one of the fastest, most efficient ways to deal with them, something like a halberd line. And you know, the Fountain Guard, of course, the best when it comes to halberds. You get a lot of people sort of throwing javelins and such at at barrel wights, and that's exactly what they want. Of course, it's AP. You're gonna kill them a lot. You're gonna kill a group of barrel wights really quite quickly, but they've got so many hit points. You know, they're not just armored machines. You know, they also have so much. So much of these sort of ethereal hit points that it takes a while to actually bash them down. Nurad halberds arriving still and fitting them there. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, no. A little bit of sort of a counter push here by the shield guard, but not in shield wall or anything. They can go into shield wall. They can do some pushing, but they don't have any mass. They don't have any additional mass. It's one of the big issues with Isengard in comparison to sort of Mordor or Angmar. A lot of the other orcish factions. They lack spears. Well, it's not so much that they lack spears. They lack that shield wall. They've only got one shield wall unit, and it's not amazing at pushing. So but I mean, Isengard is a much more disciplined orcish faction. They don't rely on that wild blasting aggression that Mordor and Angmar need. They can fight like humans. They wear good armor. They've got discipline. They're skilled fighters. They can grind you down like a Western Kingdom of Man can. So that's always the impressive thing about Isengard. But oh dearie me, we saw that blood splatter. That must be the Brother of the Shadow. Yeah, well done, boys. Getting your little knives into those poor pikemen. Of course, Urukai infantry, they've got a little bit of a shield value too, but goodness sake, they are dropping. There's a lot of blood. Maybe it's not quite as devastating as it looks from all the blood, but yeah, it's still a bit scary, Guards of Orthanc, again, Guards of Orthanc, they do actually have a shield wall ability, but you don't really see elite units being used to punch holes in lines. It's, yeah, I don't really approve of it too much. I mean, I've seen it happen and it can be okay, but no, I think the Guards of Orthanc are bit. Oh shoot, sorry boys, we saw we can see this green, the green remains of that, but I think we missed it. Anything more coming? No, it was very wild. It was all over the place with that fire. Anything more coming? Where are the Witchers, or are they dead? They might be engaging in melee now, if they did survive. They're hiding around a corner? No, hiding around a corner. They still have some ammo. No, okay. Some burned up Gondorians there. 49 for 42. I definitely don't, I think it still is perfectly fine for the attackers at this point. Black Wolves, what the heck? Black Wolves are in. Not many of them, and they're actually fighting the Rangers. The Rangers will not, they'll lose that in an extended fight, but that's not a bad fight for a group of Rangers. This sort of nice, nimble swordsman, really just relying on his defense, not really got any AP, but Black Wolves don't have that either. Well, they don't have armor. Stewie is barreling one in. Yeah, okay, that line is absolutely shattered. Maybe those Witchers were a lot more devastating than I imagined, and also the Dunman Pike line, providing that rigidity. Absolutely amazing little unit. We want to be shooting those guys up if we've got any ammunition. I'd get these veterans on fire at will, because this is getting a bit messy. And yeah, you can see once again it's sort of starting to break here with Mordor. And Lord Touchme's attack has lasted maybe just long enough. This is the final sort of charge of it, but so once this is all done, most of these troops anyway, not all of them, but most of them will be able to either fall back to the final line, or will fall back to the secondary line, or come and back up their allies. Black Wolves here chasing away the Athelian Rangers, or actually no, I don't think chasing away, I think the Athelian Rangers are sort of chasing them. Oh! Dragon's Wrath crossbows opening up. Veterans of Osgiliath, they're in melee. I hope to goodness that they used up their ammunition, because if they did not, ooh, devastation. I mean, they're good in melee, they are. I mean, goodness, that general's surrounded. Oh, good, they broke them. They're good in melee, of course, that's why I like to have my general in with them. I know he's going to be kept kind of safe, but you still want them to use that ammunition. And these Pelargon Marines too. Goodness, we got to get that used, dudes. We got to get this used on these guys as well. Dearie me. Come on over here. Got some breaks. Let me just check something. Ah, okay, yeah, good. I thought so. I had a quick check, and yes, it was mentioned to me in the when the battle was given. Gondor does actually have to go AFK for a bit there, so a lot of their ammunition is not going to get used, but their position not too bad, and their boys are fighting away as the clash is arriving. So we saw that those Barrow-wights chewing their way on through, and yeah, Rhun is now pouring it on this side. Oh, Eastern crossbows trying to get around the attacking forces to get some shots in. Yep, that's a fair enough position. I think right now you've got to kind of take what you can get and just get the ammunition spent, because the attackers are really coming on fast. I was seeing how quickly those Olokai were going to die, but we still have the captain of the Olokai right in the thick of it. He's just trying to break his way through. He's not actually fighting right now, but he's getting there. The problem is right now he's not actually fighting, and he's still receiving these stab after stab there. So sometimes you just got to look at him and see what you're trying to do, and then just give him another attack order just so he's starting to rip people apart. Because in this time, he could have killed like 4 guys. So it's a bit of a shame. But Lord Touchme is just doing his best to get those javelins spent. Just keep it up, boys. Just keep it up. Blackwatch Legion. Okay. Highest mass infantry unit. Coming on up. I think about 10 mass. So yeah, whoop. We saw... Oh, jeezy peeps. They're not even in shield wall. They don't even need to be in shield wall there. The Blackwatch Legion, they can just break their way through. I'm surprised, actually, that they didn't. Okay, nope, they're coming on in now. They should just, like, well, even a sturdy, like several ranks deep Gondorian line is just going to be blown right open by that. And they're being targeted like crazy from the right side, so yeah, shields don't matter. And the Blackwatch Legion do like their shields. So yeah, you can see how quickly they have gone down, but they've busted that line open, and they would have inflicted a lot of casualties as they've done that. They are a very devastating unit. AP, just good stats. They're elite. They're not too hit, but they're elite. And with that armor upgrade, they really are messy. Veterans of Osgiliath still holding the line. These Pilgrim Marines doing their best as well. Marksman waiting to be there at a 2-hit point. Well, not 2 hit points, sorry. 2-handed swordsman unit when they make contact. This attack here of Khand and Umbar seems to be done almost. We've got some elites. So even though Isengard, of course, they took a lot of casualties in doing this, I think, let me get a proper look at this after this general death is done. I think, oh no, they're going to be broken through. They've done very well, but they will be broken through. They've still got Stormguard down there. We've still got archers waiting for a chance to shoot. Variag bowmen opening up. Yeah, so they'll do not too bad here, and they will kill most of what's in front of them. But no, they will get broken through here. Should hopefully just be scraps of the evil men to actually make it, though. And that will hopefully give Rhun enough of a chance. Blackwatch Legion through here into the Marksman of Garandros now, hacking and slashing them down. Yeah, I mean, again, 2-handed swordsman skill should be alright. Wardens of Minas Ithil, a 2-hit point unit as well, so they'll do not too bad up against these trolls of Angmar. Oh no, a sneeze. Please don't tell me I'm going to sneeze. I think I should be fine, Pikes now arriving, the warg skirms in, they can start cycle charging around. Veterans of Osgiliath fighting side by side with these Gamp Rim. Right now, it seems... Oh, it's the Guardians of Khadr Dûm. I was wondering why this was going okay for them. This is a sturdy phalanx backed up by really quite a high quality unit. And they're only, oh, Black Bolts too. Ooh. No word from the announcer, but that is another general dead there. Don't know if it was friendly or enemy. I think it was probably one of the attackers that went there. Oh, it's amongst the Witchers. Was that? Let's see. Are we spotting him? I think that... No, it wasn't. There he is. But, trackers sprinting on into. As the lines really are falling apart there. Now, this is the... Oh, so I guess if Lord Touchme can just keep his attention for a little while longer, it just means that Rhun can't fall back. Because I'm sure what he'd want to do now is actually just get this finished. Getting shot all about coming on archers. He'd love to get this finished and then try and run over here. But that's not going to happen. Those Trollshire Axlers are already in position. you almost never. I've never actually played in a battle, and I don't think I've got one on my channel where the fallback points for the Adûnaim Outpost are actually used. I always feel that people dedicate their entire force into defending the outer area, which I think is probably the best idea. I think once you start falling back, especially when the ground is quite flat and it's so open, it can just be devastating. It's and also because, you know, your boy over there, he's got to come all the way around here if he wants to fall back. Your dude over here has to run all the way over here. It can be frightening. But yeah, it would be fun to do like a defense. What have we got? 1, 2. I don't know, at some point maybe slightly different funds, but make the decision that you're going to defend here and here. You know, make sure the attackers know that at the start, because it'd be a bit sad, you know. You should never really try and just let go of the total outer level without, unless that's what sort of is planned. Or if you're doing a 3v5 on Bale, I can understand it there as well. Sorry, my throat is just going. As I say, I really try and just record as much as I possibly can. And I'm going to get back on the boat and just be like... But we'll see how it goes. Over there, Urkai infantry. Yeah, I've been really quite impressed with Pajo there. I felt some of the ways he was using his ammunition were a bit strange at the start, but it's going okay for him. What do we end up with here? This was still pretty dang close. As I say, it was about the... we got about 2,000 frames left, but yeah, it is clear to see how this is sort of going now. I think... man, I would have loved to have seen what would have happened had Diego not had to go AFK. I think... even had he put everything on fire at will before he went AFK, I think that could have changed things massively, because that would have been a lot more arrow fire, and it was all that Pelargir Marine fire as well, and the Wardens of Minas Ithil too. I'm sure it was just a case of he didn't know how long he had to go for, you know, or it was a very sudden thing. But yeah, if you do go AFK in a battle, maybe it is a good idea just to shove on fire at will with like some of your units. Of course, it would have just meant, but probably the Pelargir Marines would have thrown immediately at like dumb targets and stuff, so it probably wouldn't have been like as devastating as I wanted it to be. But still, would have been a bit closer. I think the defenders would have had a pretty decent chance of winning. I still think the attackers would have won. I think maybe the defenders went a little bit too deep into ranged units, but I don't know. 5v3s are always tough, though. So we can't really say too clearly. We'll see how many kills those Witchers got. Maybe the Witchers really did wreck shop, and that does change it. But I'll see what they've got afterward. I liked army compositions of all the. Saying that, yeah, I mean, I kind of felt the attackers went pretty damn elite, but I think we're maybe moving back into that. I remember there was a phase like 2 years ago now in Reforged where everybody was going for these really elite attacking armies. You know, they just seemed to switch away from, you know, large numbers and really just go for much smaller. I think this is just the last of the Gondorian troops maybe getting chased down. Oh no, last of the Runic forces making their stand, yeah. So yeah, I think it's maybe that's a comeback here. This idea that people are coming back to these are very elite attacking armies. But I don't know. I think once Rangers are kind of changed in the new version when it comes out, and we body piercing is a lot less frequent, I think we'll see a lot more horde armies again. I think we'll see a lot more of just those swarms of low quality orc attackers, which I for one am pretty excited for. Yeah, it'll be nice, but at the same time it's going to be tough to you really smash those big bursts of troops that come barreling on forward. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, 253. That's pretty solid. Yeah, so we didn't unfortunately see any of their blasts, so I do apologize for that. But it was nice all the same. Trolls are good and bad, poor boys, but nobody died, so the trolls are good and bad were we're just coming in near the end, it seems. Over 20 kills for both those stalkers, very good. The poor Snaga archers didn't get a shot in. Oi oi oi, or at least they didn't get any damage done. Goblin band, impressive, I love it. Love the goblin band, they're good. It's always nice to have spears that can hide, too. Yeah, so Barrow-wights, of course, not there to get kills. But usually over time, you'll rack up a few kills with them. So the fact that they didn't get very many makes me think that, yeah, it was the Fountain Guard just very efficiently dealing with them. It's Gondor's definitely a tough faction to fight with Barrow-wights, I think, because the units are so sturdy. And also, yeah, they've got things like the Fountain Guard that can just blitz you. So thank you guys very much. That was fun. And I will see you later.